Hey Sibs! Last week's video was about goal setting, and I encourage you to set some SMART goals so that you can work on them in 2014. This week is the start of back to school week for a lot of North American kids, and many of you might have set the goal to get more A's or be better in school. Well, lucky for you, BigSis is a huge nerd, and I've gotten many A's in my life. Also, I have a degree, which basically makes me an expert. Seriously though, I'm here to give you some tips that you might have not heard in your usual Key to Success books. These 5 tips are what's worked for me. So if it works for you, great. If it doesn't, sorry. So without further ado, here's 5 tips for getting A's. Tip number 1, you have to have passion. You have to be interested in and like the subjects you're actually taking. If you're just taking a class because all your friends are taking it, or because it looks easy, or because you feel like you can just sleep in the class, you're not really going to do well. On the other hand, if you take classes that interest you, that you really like, that you are excited for, that you do extra readings on the side because it's just so exciting and new to you and you want to learn more, that's how you're going to get A's. You're going to do really well because you're going to put in the work, you're going to put in the effort and the time, and that's basically one of my biggest keys to success. You liking that subject is what's going to keep driving you, keep pushing you, keep motivating you to work on that. And that's how you get A's, through hard work and dedication. And although sometimes taking an easy class will get you an A, just automatically because it's easy, once you get to university you'll find that taking easy courses sometimes actually makes your life harder because you're not motivated, because you don't like the subject, and you actually get worse marks because you put it off, you think you don't have to put a lot of work into that class, and then you find that you're doing badly on exams, you're not finishing things on time, and you're losing marks. So that's a common myth. Taking an easy course is going to get you an A. Not always the case, so be careful of that. Tip number 2, and I swear by this tip, is start using a planner. I'm 22 and I have a planner. A planner does a couple of things. It helps you see all the things you have to tackle and allows you to organize them better. It also keeps you on track so that you never have one of those "we have a test tomorrow" moments. And the best way to not get A's is to not even know you have a test. Keeping track of all the things you have going on in your planner makes you much less likely to double book yourself. When you double book yourself, you're much more likely to feel overwhelmed by all the things you have to do in a short amount of time. Sometimes you might feel like you can't even do all the things that you need to be doing. This contributes to feelings of stress, which means you're not going to perform as well as you could. And lastly, when you use a planner, you're much more likely to get things done on time, to be on time, and to have more time, which makes you much more responsible and trustworthy, which is great characteristics to have once you start looking for work. Tip number 3 isn't really talked about a lot, and it's probably because it's kind of sucky and people don't really want to talk about it or think about it. But the truth of the matter is, in order to get A's, or in order to be good at anything in life, you have to have some sacrifices. You only have so many hours in the day, and sometimes it's just not possible or feasible to do everything. And although it's totally important to make time for social activities, for your friends, for your family, even for some alone time, getting good marks requires dedication and time, and sometimes you won't be able to go to every single party, to every single hangout. Sometimes you might even have to miss practice, and that's just the reality of it. If you really want to get good grades, you have to be willing to sacrifice some of the other things that aren't as big of a priority to you. I mean, it's not by coincidence that all the biggest nerds in class are rarely the people partying every weekend, or partying at all. And that's my biggest secret, is sacrifice. People don't realize how many things I've sacrificed in my life to get where I am academically. Tip number 4 kind of ties in with the last point. You have to make sure that you are healthy and that you're taking care of yourself, which means sleeping lots, eating right, and exercising. Sometimes getting A's means not doing anything for a day or 2. If you're a total mess, if you are so sick you can't get out of bed, if you're just not yourself and not on top of it, it's very hard to get on top of anything else and to actually get work done. Sometimes it's actually worth taking some time to invest in yourself and in getting better. That way you can get back on track and back to your busy schedule. And the last tip is to ask for help. If you need help, make sure you're getting it. Don't get me wrong. Hard work, dedication, intelligence, all that stuff is very important for getting A's. But I'd be lying if I told you that my A's and my academic successes are because I just worked hard. Behind every A is hours and hours of my hard work, but there's also parental support, teacher help, tutoring, asking friends for advice or tips, tons and tons of people contribute to my academic successes. Most people can't achieve big things or big goals simply on their own. Even if it's other people cheerleading them on, that's still help. So if you need it, please don't be embarrassed to ask to get help, because that's what everybody else is there for, especially your teachers. It's their job. They are paid to help you, and they want to help you. Yes, sometimes there'll be some really crappy teachers who, for some reason don't like their job or whatever, and that's really unfortunate for everybody. But most teachers go into teaching because they want to help kids. They love kids. They love the subject they're teaching, and they want others to be infected with that same passion. Goes back to goal number 1, that same passion for their subject. So please, 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 if you need help, ask for it. That doesn't mean you get to stop working your butt off. And there you have it. With lots of passion, a planner, some sacrifice, health, and some help, you can achieve the A's you want to achieve. I wish you all the best in this semester or term or whatever you call it. Good luck, work hard, and here's to the A's that you deserve. That's it for me for this week. If you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, as always, proceed that way. Please subscribe to my channel, share this video, share my other videos, share my channel. I want to get the word out as much as possible, and I want to help more kids and more youth and anyone else who needs help. So askbigsisnow@gmail.com is the email. Please email me or just comment. I'm looking forward to making up a new video for you for next week. Bye, Sibs!